Did you know Rocky Marciano is the only world heavyweight champion to retire with no lose? I guess you didn't. Well, let's dive in. Rocky Marciano, born Rocco Francis Marciano on September 1, 1923, in Brockton, Massachusetts, USA, was an American professional boxer who became one of the most legendary figures in heavyweight boxing history. Standing 5 feet 10 inches 1.78 meters tall and fighting in the heavyweight division, Marciano adopted a short, relentless pressure fighter style with a right-handed orthodox stance. Known for his extraordinary stamina, punching power, and iron will, he would go on to carve one of the most remarkable careers the sport has ever seen. Marciano began his professional boxing journey in March 1947, debuting under the alias Rocky Mac at the Valley Arena in Holyoke, Massachusetts, where he knocked out Lee Epperson in the third round. That night marked the start of a path that would never know defeat. Over the next several years, Marciano tore through opponents in small New England arenas, fighting frequently and finishing most bouts by knockout. He built his record the hard way, fighting local fighters like Harry Balazarian, Jimmy Weeks, Artie Darrell, and Johnny Pretzi in 1948, all of whom he dispatched by knockout within the early rounds. By 1949, Marciano had started gaining regional attention. His destructive power was evident in bouts against Harry Haft, Tommy DiGiorgio, Ted Lowry, and Carmine Vingo. The Vingo fight at Madison Square Garden was one of his most chilling, a brutal sixth-round knockout that nearly cost Vingo his life and deeply affected Marciano. Yet the experience hardened him, teaching him the gravity of the sport he dominated. In 1950, Marciano faced tougher opposition, including Roland Lostaza, whom he narrowly beat by a split decision in 10 rounds. He followed with wins over Gino Buonvino, Johnny Schor, Bill Wilson, and Ted Lowry again, showing both endurance and improved technique. His rise continued through 1951, a defining year in which he defeated Rex Lane with a thunderous knockout and then met the legendary Joe Louis, the former world champion and American hero. On October 26, 1951, at Madison Square Garden, Marciano stopped Louis in the 8th round, ending the great champion's career. Overnight, Rocky Marciano became a national star. In 1952, he kept marching forward, stopping Lee Seveld, Harry Matthews, and finally challenging Jersey Joe Walcott for the world heavyweight title on September 23, 1952, in Philadelphia. After being knocked down in the first round, Marciano stormed back to deliver one of the most famous right hands in boxing history, a 13th round knockout that made him world heavyweight champion. Marciano defended his title 6 times, each victory reinforcing his legend. In 1953, he knocked out Jersey Joe Walcott again in the first round and stopped Roland Lostaza in the 11th. In 1954, he went the full 15 rounds to outpoint Ezzard Charles, then crushed him in their rematch by knockout. In 1955, he stopped Don Cockle in 9 rounds and then defeated the crafty Archie Moore, coming off the canvas to win by knockout in round 9. After 8 years of domination and 49 consecutive victories, 43 by knockout, Rocky Marciano announced his retirement on April 27, 1956, at the age of 32. His final professional record stood at 49 wins, 0 losses, and 0 draws, making him the only heavyweight champion in history to retire undefeated. Known as the Brockton Blockbuster, Marciano represented the spirit of determination and humility. He was a devoted family man who returned to Brockton after his retirement, still the quiet, hard-working son of Italian immigrants who had once dreamed of a better. Rocky Marciano's legacy remains timeless, a relentless warrior who rose from humble beginnings to conquer the boxing world, embodying the belief that persistence, heart, and courage can overcome all odds.